Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in to another Bundesliga predictions video. We are going to see how everyone has done from match week number 1, and the Bundesliga returned with an absolute bang at the weekend. Some very, very good games. Obviously, Monchengladbach, Bayern Munich being the first game live on Sky Sports, and that was a very, very good game, wasn't it? A 1-1 draw. Then we had Borussia Dortmund, Eintracht Frankfurt. Cracking game, end to end. 5-2 it finished to Dortmund in the end, but a very, very good victory as well. So let's see how everyone has done in match week number 1. Now, what I will say is nobody got beaten by the hat this week, but some people did actually draw by the hat. So the hat got 3. So this hat, he got 3. So very, very well done to the hat. So I'll go through everyone's scores very, very quickly. And also, welcome to Johnny Talks Bundesliga. I did see you were in the chat on Sunday. So very, very welcome. Hope you're doing well, my friend, as well. So let's go through everyone's scores. So JB 3, Ballum got 3, Shane O'Donnell got 3, and the hat got 3. So you guys drew with the hat this week. Then there's myself on 4, Lanzo on 4. Sorry about I just want to apologise to Lanzo actually. I don't actually know what's happening with my YouTube, but if you want to leave your predictions, then please do. You can obviously contact me on my socials as well. I don't know what's happening there. So yeah, apologies, Lanzo. You got 4. Bluebird Legend got 4. Helen Raybold got 4. Johnny, I know you did. I know you did your predictions late on Sunday, but I'm actually going to count them for this week. So you got 4. Antonio got 4. And then Galaxy Milkstrasser got 5. Hassan got 5. Reese got 5. James got 5. And the top scorers for match week number 1 with 6 points, Sean Brennan and Chris Welsh. So very, very well done to both of you for that. But actually, it was a very, very good match week for everybody. At least nobody got beaten by the hat. Scores were very, very good. But how are we going to do for match week number 2? So, starting out on Friday evening, we have RB Leipzig against VFB Stuttgart. 4 wins to Leipzig and 1 draw. The last result was a 2-0 win to Leipzig. I have to say, I wasn't impressed with Leipzig at all against Mainz. Look, I thought Mainz were terrific. I thought that's the best I've seen them play in a long, long time, especially with having a lot of COVID cases in their squad. Managed to beat Leipzig by 1-0. Really, really impressive performance with you. Leipzig, yeah, it wasn't a great performance. Jesse Marsch starting out as Leipzig manager. It was not a good performance from RB Leipzig at all. VFB Stuttgart, meanwhile, I'm very impressed with them. I think 5-1 win over Greuther Fürth. They managed to go top of the table as well. So they'll be happy. They will be very, very happy with that result. And I have to say, from watching VFB Stuttgart, I thought they were really, really good. And Greuther Fürth didn't have any answers for them as well. Obviously, Stuttgart haven't beaten Leipzig in the last 5 meetings. I fancy Leipzig at home. I really do. I think Leipzig will win 2-1. I'm going to go for that one as well. And then we have Eintracht Frankfurt against FC Augsburg. 2 of these sides both on the end of heavy defeats in the last match. 3 wins to Frankfurt, 2 wins to Augsburg in the last 5 meetings. 2-0 to Frankfurt. What you can say about Frankfurt, I think Frankfurt were very, very good. It's just that they conceded 5. But that was an end-to-end game. I think Dortmund did really well. Frankfurt did really well as well. Heuge, nice to see him on the score sheet as well. But Frankfurt aren't going to play Borussia Dortmund every week anyway. And to be fair, I said 3-2 for that game. I thought that would be a cracking end-to-end game, and that was what it was. And credit to Dortmund. I think Dortmund were very, very good. And you have to say this. I think, they did cope with the loss of Jadon Sancho very, very well, didn't they? So I've been very, very impressed. Really, really impressed with the way that they have been playing as well. But, I mean, Augsburg were on the end of a 4-0 defeat to Hoffenheim. You just hope they're not in any relegation trouble. I mean, to be fair, Hoffenheim, Augsburg did actually have 1 or 2 chances, and then after that, Hoffenheim just absolutely blitzed them with a very, very good counter-attacking display, 4 quick goals, and Augsburg didn't have any answer for them. So you hope Augsburg don't actually go into a relegation battle, but you do worry about that for sure. So because Frankfurt are back at home, I fancy them to win this one. I'm going Frankfurt 2, Augsburg 0. I think Frankfurt will be too easy, too comfortable for Augsburg for this one. And now we have a very interesting matchup. Hertha Berlin against Wolfsburg. 3 wins to Wolfsburg, 1 draw, a moment to Hertha. The last result was a 1-1 draw between the sides. Hertha. I mean, it started really well. Stevan Jovetic scoring to put them 1-0 up. And then all of a sudden, the second half, Köln just came out of their shadow and they managed to win by 3-1. And I think Johnny said in the comments, I think Berlin are definitely unpredictable. That is for sure. So it was a disappointing result for Hertha Berlin. But if you're Wolfsburg, a good victory against Bochum. 1-0 it was in the end. However, it's not all good news for Wolfsburg. They have been chucked out of the DFL Pokal after using 6 substitutes instead of 5 substitutes. So they have been chucked out of the DFL Pokal, which is not good news at all. But for Mark van Bommel, it was a good first win as manager against Bochum. I do like that. I don't know if it's anybody else, but I really do like that luminous green kit that they've got. It's quite dazzling and it's quite bright as well. But I really do like it. And Wolfsburg played well. Bochum did have their chances in that game, but Wolfsburg did play very, very well indeed. So this is a tricky one. This is a very, very tricky one. I'm actually going to go for a Wolfsburg win. As Johnny says, Hertha Berlin are unpredictable. You never know what's coming with them. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Wolfsburg in this one. And now we have SC Freiburg against Borussia Dortmund. 3 wins to Dortmund, 1 draw and 1 win to Freiburg. And in fact, that Freiburg win came last season. It was a 2-1 win to Freiburg. Freiburg did everything but score against Arminia Bielefeld. To be fair, they were up against a very top-class goalkeeper in Stefan Ortega, who had an absolute magnificent game. I mean, it was basically Freiburg against Ortega. Ortega had a great, great game. To be fair, the Freiburg goalkeeper had a very good game as well. But yeah, Freiburg will be kicking themselves how they didn't win that game. That is for sure. Borussia Dortmund 5-2 winners over Eintracht Frankfurt. Giovanni Reina, Haaland started off where they left off last season as well. My only worry for Borussia Dortmund is that they look a bit suspect at the back, and I still don't rate Roman Bürki as goalkeeper. I honestly don't. I think they need an upgrade on him. I'm surprised they haven't gone for they could even go for a Stefan Ortega. They could even go for a Jan Sommer. I'm very, very surprised. We'll get to Borussia Monchengladbach shortly, but I'm very surprised how Jan Sommer has actually not been sought after his displays at the Euros this summer. And I think he's been very, very good. So, that's the one worry for Dortmund. I think they're still lacking a little bit defensively, but attacking, they're absolutely magnificent. Haaland, Reina. Obviously, Reina has taken the number 7 shirt from Jadon Sancho as well. So I think if you look at it, it's going to be a very, very interesting time of it for Borussia Dortmund. So for this game, I am going to go for a Dortmund away win. Sorry, Lanzo. I do think Dortmund will win this one. SC Freiburg 1, Borussia Dortmund 3. I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to Borussia Dortmund. Now we have Greuther Fürth against Arminia Bielefeld. 1 win to Fürth, 1 win to Bielefeld, and 3 draws. The last result was a 4-2 win to Arminia Bielefeld. This was ages ago, 2009 I believe it was as well. Welcome back to the Bundesliga, Greuther Fürth. 5-1 defeat to VFB Stuttgart. This is the games that we're going to have to get points from. It's these games that they're going to have to get points from. Is against your Bielefelds. You have to get points from this game. They didn't start very well, it has to be said. But to be fair, Stuttgart did have a very good game of it, didn't they, as well? Arminia Bielefeld, we've just talked about him. Stevan Ortega had a magnificent game for Bielefeld, managed to keep out Freiburg. 4, 5, 6 top class saves, wasn't it? He was fantastic. So I'm going to say this now. I am not expecting a classic in this one. There have been 3 draws in the last 5 meetings. I'm going to go for another draw, and I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw. Sorry, Bielefeld fans. I just feel that this 2 teams will cancel each other out, and I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw between Greuther Fürth and Arminia Bielefeld. And now we have VFL Bochum against Mainz. 4 wins to Mainz and 1 draw. The last result was a 2-2 draw. Bochum actually played pretty well. They did give Wolfsburg a lot of trouble actually in that game. And I have to say, I think they will do well. I think they will try and do well at least. But that was a tough start. That was a tough start. But at least it didn't, get hammered by Wolfsburg. That is for sure. Mainz, I've been crediting them, and I know Johnny's a big Mainz fan. They were magnificent against Leipzig, absolutely magnificent. Some of the challenges as well in that game were fantastic. Lovely goal as well to win the game. I think Mainz, obviously a lot of COVID cases, but hopefully the bulk of their squad will be returning this weekend. And I do think because of that, I'm actually going to go for an away win. I'm going to go for Mainz to make it 2 wins from 2. So I'm going to go VFL Bochum 0, Mainz 1. I'm going to go for a Mainz away win. And now we have the evening game between Bayer Leverkusen and Borussia Monchengladbach. 3 wins to Bayer Leverkusen, 2 wins to Borussia Monchengladbach. The last result was a 4-3 classic between the sides. Bayer Leverkusen had the better of the play against Union Berlin, but just couldn't. Schick had a chance. At least they've got Demirbay. And Diaby as well. I have to say, Leverkusen played really, really well against Union Berlin. Were unlucky not to win. And as I said, Schick should have scored. That went whizzing over the bar. Yes, they had to come back from a goal down because, Taiwo Luwonyi did actually score a very good goal, has to be said. Keeper could have done a little bit better. But you have to say, Lucas Hradky is the, new club captain of Bayer Leverkusen as well. Borussia Mönchengladbach. Well, I said in a podcast yesterday or the day before that Jan Sommer was absolutely stupendous against Bayern Munich. Absolutely stupendous. So many opportunities that Bayern Munich actually had, but Sommer was unbelievable yet again. And This is why I say it. I'm surprised that there's teams that have actually not gone in for Jan Sommer. I'm happy. I'm happy as a defallen, as you want to call it. But Borussia Mönchengladbach, obviously Alisson player, had a very, very good goal against Bayern. I'm disappointed in a way because we did go ahead and Bayern Munich did actually equalise. But you have to say, it was a good performance from Mönchengladbach, and this is going to be a very interesting game, as we can say for sure, because Mönchengladbach, Bayer Leverkusen, they're always good games. I'm going to go for a Desmond in this one. I think it will be an absolute classic yet again. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw between Leverkusen and Monchengladbach. And now we move on to the Sunday games. We have Hoffenheim against Union Berlin. 2 wins to Hoffenheim, 1 draw and 1 win to Berlin. The last result was a 3-1 win to Union Berlin. Hoffenheim, the best possible start to their new season with a 4-0 win over Augsburg. They were fantastic. Yes, I obviously I've said before that Augsburg did actually have a lot of chances. Couple of chances in like the first half, but after that they were blitzed through by Hoffenheim. 4-0 win in the end, and I think Kramaric had a couple of assists as well. He's been fantastic. He really, really has. So it's going to be a really interesting game, this one, because Union Berlin, I think they'll be disappointed that they didn't take all 3 points against Bayer Leverkusen, because they went ahead. Leverkusen equalised, but even then you'd have to say that Union Berlin did play very well against Leverkusen, and I think this is going to be a tight one. I think Hoffenheim at home are a different kettle of fish. Obviously they did beat Bayern Munich last season as well, so I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Hoffenheim. And the final game to preview and predict is Bayern Munich against FC Köln. 5 wins to Bayern Munich, and the last result was a 5-1 win to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, that's not a bad result considering, because their bogey side is definitely Borussia Monchengladbach. There's no denying it. Their bogey side is definitely Borussia Monchengladbach. And to be fair, Nagelsmann hasn't really had a chance to have enough training sessions with his new team. So I think 1-1 draw was a good result. So he's got a full week to train them up. They do have the Super Cup tonight as well, so that should be very, very interesting. I'll leave the result down in the bottom screen when that game is being played as well. So it should be a really interesting time of it for Bayern Munich, and I do expect them to come back with a bounce in this one. FC Köln, very good 3-1 win over Hertha Berlin in the last game, and as we said, FC Köln, I've predicted them to go down. But it's a good start to the season. It is a very, very good start to the season. But you are coming up against the German champions, Bayern Munich. And I think Bayern Munich are going to win by 4-0 in this one. So I'm going to go for a 4-0 win to Bayern Munich. So I will go through my predictions and then we will see what the hat thinks as well. So I'm going to Leipzig 2, Stuttgart 1, Frankfurt 2, Augsburg 0, Hertha Berlin 1, Wolfsburg 2, Freiburg 1, Borussia Dortmund 3, Greuther Fürth 0, Arminia Bielefeld 0, VFL Bochum 0, Mainz 1, Bayer Leverkusen 2, Borussia Monchengladbach 2, Hoffenheim 2, Union Berlin 1, and Bayern Munich 4, FC Köln 0. So that's what I think. Now it is time to see what this little fixture has done. So we will see what the hat thinks. So RB Leipzig versus Stuttgart. Away win. Away win for the hat. He thinks Stuttgart will beat Leipzig. Very interesting stuff. Eintracht Frankfurt versus Augsburg. Draw. Could be. I just feel that Frankfurt are a very, very good side. That is for sure. Hertha Berlin versus Wolfsburg. Home win. Possible. This is an interesting one. The SC Freiburg against Borussia Dortmund. Away win. Hat thinks same as me. This is an interesting one. Greuther Fürth against Arminia Bielefeld. What does the hat think? Draw. So same as me. To be fair, I think the hat's going to do pretty well this week. The hat's going to do pretty well. VFL Bochum versus Mainz. Home win. That is possible. That is very, very possible. Leverkusen, Monchengladbach. What's the hat say? Away win. I would love that. Absolutely love that. If Monchengladbach could go to Leverkusen and win, that would be excellent. So 2 games left. Hoffenheim against Berlin. Draw. That could possibly happen. And the last game, Bayern Munich against FC Köln. Away win. I'm not sure about that one, to be honest, but we will see what happens. So Hat's gone for a Stuttgart away win at Leipzig, a draw between Frankfurt and Augsburg, home win for Hertha Berlin against Wolfsburg, away win for Borussia Dortmund against SC Freiburg, draw between Greuther Fürth and Arminia Bielefeld, home win for Bochum against Mainz, away win for Borussia Monchengladbach against Bayer Leverkusen, a draw between Hoffenheim and Union Berlin, and a very unlikely an away win for FC Köln against Bayern Munich. So that's what I think. That's what the hat thinks. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And obviously, like Sean Brennan and Chris Welsh, if you're the highest scorers, you will get a shout out in the next video. But thank you very much for watching this Bundesliga Match Week 2 predictions video. We will see what happens in these games. Obviously, the live games, RB Leipzig against VFB Stuttgart Friday evening. I think that's 7:30. And then Saturday tea time, it is Bayer Leverkusen against Borussia Monchengladbach. But we will see what happens in these games. Leave your predictions before the Friday game at 7:30. If you missed the Friday game, then obviously leave your predictions for the Saturday games as well. And if you missed the Saturday games, leave your predictions for Sunday as well. But we will see what happens as well. But until then, it is goodbye from me. And I will see you all in the next video. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss.